Welcome to The Wedding Winers, the podcast where love and wine go hand in hand. Whether you're planning your dream wedding or just love a good wine, we're here to uncork the best stories, advice and inspiration.
Guys, welcome back to episode 2 of our series, our second series. We are back again this week. Was that a cheers?
It was like a woohoo, but it came out a bit croaky. Every week I do this.
You do?
Yeah. Sorry. I will get it together.
You're just too emotional to be here.
Yeah, just the excitement. It's all too much.
Episode 2, and this week, actually we were talking to Amber, and we were talking about cakes, and thankfully we've got an expert to hand. But first, we've got a sponsor again, the Old Bridge Wine Shop in Huntingdon. And what are we drinking today, Amber?
So we have Gavi de Gavi, which is a white wine. It's from an old abbey. Yeah. It's just really good, I think.
It is really nice. It's really tasty.
Have you tried some already?
Maybe.
Yeah, I had a little sip. I can't help it. I love white wine.
We've gone straight in.
Yeah.
It's also vegan.
Oh,
perfect.
Yeah, that's
anyway,
good to know.
cheers, girls.
Sweet. Cheers.
Nice. Right. So, how are we today? How are we this week?
Yeah,
girls?
Yeah, I'm
Anything
really good.
you want to share?
Oh,
Our friends
I
listening?
say really good. It's just my default. When somebody
Yeah,
goes, "How are you?" I go, "Oh yeah, I'm good." I'm actually not good. My family have had a sick bug this week. It has taken our house by storm. It's gross. So yeah, it's quite not great, to be honest.
Realities of life.
Yeah, that's it.
Parenting.
Yeah, I think luckily though, like being self-employed, it does kind of give you the flexibility to pick your hours and stuff. So, you know, if something like this comes up, you can kind of juggle things around a little bit more when you're managing your own diary, which is helpful. But you, Amber?
Not a huge amount again this week. I've got therapy, which is great. Everyone should go to therapy.
Yeah, for sure. I think especially like for women who run their own businesses, run, you know, the family, the house and stuff, and men as well, you know, we've all got a lot going on. I think, yeah, you're right. Everyone should.
Even if you don't feel like you need it,
go.
you definitely need it.
Yeah.
Everyone needs therapy, even if it's just to talk about your week. Offload in a safe space.
With you on that.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Cool.
What about you,
Okay.
Michelle?
I've got so we've got our shoot coming up, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah, in a couple of weeks. So I am frantically trying to put together a working document and to secure a couple of other things, and then I promise anyone that's listening that's on the shoot, I will send that over to you ASAP. Because I'm really looking forward to the shoot actually, but I'll tell everyone more about it probably afterwards.
Yeah, we'll share some pictures.
Yeah, that's cool.
It always takes, like, you don't realise, I think, when you see these beautiful images being posted on people's social media and stuff and Instagram, you don't realise how much work and time goes into just organising these photo shoots to create these beautiful images, because, as you say, there's so much, you know, admin-wise to get...
I mean, it's effectively planning a wedding.
Yeah.
Just without the groom.
A staged wedding, yeah.
Oh yeah, and I think it's also like that, you know, it's trying to make it a bit different. What can you do that's going to make yours like look a bit different, to attract people, to give lots of inspiration, and stuff. So I don't think you should leak the name.
Secrets.
Okay, you have to follow us on our social media.
Yeah, to go and see the outcome of that shoot.
Yeah. So that's really exciting. Anyway. That's what I've been doing this week. Cool. All right. So topic today. The secret to choosing the perfect wedding cake.
The secret.
Is there a secret?
Is there cake secrets?
Is there a secret?
Well, we'll be spilling all.
We would not know.
Yeah. I feel like I didn't know where to start with my cake.
What was a decade ago?
Yeah. But also, I had no idea like how much cake feeds certain amounts of people.
Yeah,
and
that's a good one. Yeah.
whatever else.
Where to find one? You must have one, Amber. Like a guide for how much cake for.
So I think a lot of the guides that are out there now are quite outdated.
Yeah.
Because
people love to eat cake.
people love to eat cake.
Yeah.
But also, like, it all depends on like a number of things, like height-wise for cake. Like each of my tiers come up at least 5 or 6 inches tall, whereas the cake guides, a lot of them are like 4 inches tall.
That's mental.
Yeah, so the cakes are so much taller than they used to be,
Right.
and you're almost likely to get double the portions because a lot of venues
Because they're tall.
will cut them
It's
different
mental.
ways. So it really varies on how your venue cut it, and if they halve the portions, then you get double the amount.
Yeah, true.
Right, I think we should go back to the beginning. Amber, tell us about your cake making history.
My cake making history,
Tell us
blimey.
your relationship status with cake making. How did it come about? How did it start? How long ago?
It's
Tell us-
complicated.
It is complicated. No, I don't know how I managed. It was always like my mum and my gran would always make the family birthday cakes.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then a friend had asked me to make her birthday cake. And I was just like, okay. And then it just fell into me baking all of my friends' birthday cakes.
Yeah.
And then this was like in sixth form, and then I went to college.
Sixth form, that's mental. Were
Yeah,
you
I was
charging?
like,
making
no.
some money in sixth form? No.
No. I was like 18. I was like, this is just so much fun. Like, but these are all like
I'll be
birthday
taking the
cakes. So I
money.
I made like a Muller corner cake.
Oh.
And for my friend Abby, she had like a Stella bottle top. Like really like weird birthday cakes, but
Such a good friend to have in sixth form, bringing the cake.
Yeah.
I used to take cakes in school all the time. It's great.
I imagine.
And then all my friends went off to uni, and I wasn't really sure what to do, but I knew I liked cooking.
Cake.
Cooking. So I went to college and trained to be a chef for 2 years.
Nice.
And then I was working in a kitchen, and I was pregnant with Ivy, my daughter, and I was just like, you know what, I don't want to work in anyone else's kitchen.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know what, I'll just try doing cakes full time, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And yeah, here I am, like 9 years later, still baking, only baking wedding cakes, really.
Yeah, so that's a big step for you, wasn't it? You used to do celebration cakes as well, like birthday cakes.
Yeah.
And now you've stopped doing them for people. That's a big step.
Yeah, there was just so much going on with them, and they're so time consuming for what they are. And I just
Is that because
fell
of
out
the
love with-
decor, do you think?
Yeah.
Because, like you say, you were making cakes that are weird and wonderful.
Yeah,
And...
if you want a theme, don't you? If you want like your birthday cake, you want a theme to it.
Yeah,
Right?
like
Like,
the,
I
the
love-
decoration must take ages on stuff like them.
Yeah,
Stuff
I love
like
a
that,
weird
stuff
and
like
wonderful wedding cake, but I think when it comes to birthday cakes, some people want everything in the kitchen sink, and it's just so time
And also, I guess
consuming.
people aren't prepared to pay as much for a birthday cake, so
Yeah.
although it's actually the same amount of time, you're
Yeah.
just like,
Like it's completely
That
different
works out.
pricing structure, and it just wasn't viable for me to do anymore.
Yeah,
And I'll
yeah.
still do them for like friends and family, and I'll give them as gifts. But
it's on your terms, not like
yeah, and I just fell out of love with doing, and I thought, why am I doing something that I don't love doing?
Yeah.
So yeah, now just weddings.
What I love about wedding cakes now, like obviously talking to you, and for anyone listening, actually, it's quite interesting to know is that when I got married and booked my wedding cake, it was literally do you want vanilla, fruit, lemon. Lemon was a bit out there at that point,
Yeah,
or chocolate.
yeah, that's
So
it.
that was it. There was no other. But now, like, you can have anything, right?
I've got like 20 flavours on my
Yeah.
favourites.
That's nuts.
And
Tell
even
yours.
still,
List some of your favourites off.
oh blimey, honey and pistachio is a really popular one.
Yeah,
Is
say
it?
that.
Yeah,
I feel like pistachios everywhere at the moment, isn't it?
Unless you've got
Is that
nut
Dubai chocolate bar?
Yeah.
That's what started it.
yeah. Although
Isn't
I
it?
don't know, I've had it for a few years. It was a friend it was actually one of those recipes that a friend messaged me, and she said, oh, I'm getting married, can I have honey and pistachio? Can you at least just try and see if it works? And I did it, and they loved it. And then I had another couple in for a cake tasting the same weekend, and they tried it, and they were having like a Greek themed wedding,
Oh,
so it fit in
Nice.
perfectly.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it's been on the flavour list ever since, and it's really popular.
I really want to try that, Amber.
Have you not tried one yet?
No.
Oh mate,
I don't think I have. I've tried the lemon and poppy seed.
lemon
I
poppy
love
seed is
lemon
my
and
other
poppy
favourite.
seed. Yeah.
I mean, our favourite in our house of almonds is the red velvet. Actually, that's just my favourite, red velvet.
Red velvet is very
No,
popular.
red velvet.
Not for me.
There's things like Biscoff.
That's my daughter's favourite.
This
Gin
one
and
is
tonic.
rich. Gin and tonic.
Yeah, so it's like a hints of like limes and cucumbers
Ooh,
with the gin, of course.
that sounds bougie.
Yeah.
We used to do cake tasting of like, I mean, it'd be rubbish for the podcast, but
Yeah,
Oh,
we just be like,
content.
this one's yummy too.
But there's so many different flavours, and I always say like, I mean, the most common cake is like a 3-tier cake,
Sure.
and everyone always says like the struggle is always what flavours to choose
Yeah.
and where to put them.
In your mouth.
In your mouth. But like which order to have them,
Yeah,
like
sure, yeah.
what would
Which
have the
tier.
biggest and
Yeah.
things like that. And I always
Yeah.
say to remember 3 Fs.
Mhm.
So you want a fun flavour,
Yeah.
your favourite flavour,
Yeah.
and then one for the fogies. So like an old school flavour. So often like if your favourite is
Fruit.
like a lemon, but you could also pass off the lemon for a fogey flavour.
Yeah.
Fogey flavours being like vanilla.
Something
lemon,
safe.
chocolate.
Yeah.
And then like fun flavours like the honey and pistachio or like a
Yeah.
cherry bakewell.
Something a bit
like-
out there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bakewell.
I love cherry
So like
bakewell.
think about the 3 different
That is such a good idea.
So say that again, Amber, for everyone listening, because you might need this, guys, when you're doing your cake tasting. The 3 Fs when you're choosing your cake.
So a fun flavour, so something like a funfetti or Bakewell, or I don't know, just something a bit out there. Your favourite flavour. So your favourite flavour could be anything. It could fall into either of the other categories.
Yeah.
But something that you will sit
That
and
you
eat for
love.
weeks on end if you have leftovers.
Yeah.
And then a fogey flavour. So one for the old folks that is a safe bet.
A people pleaser.
Crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
Such a good one.
Yeah, that is. That's great. How did you, like when you first started out, how did you manage to find a balance of like making cakes look really good but also taste really good? Or did you ever feel that one always sort of prioritised
I've
more
always
than
been
the other?
a big advocate on flavour first.
Yeah.
Like, as long as it tastes good, it's better to taste good and not look maybe 100% than it tasting awful but looking amazing.
Yeah.
People will say, oh my god, the cake looked amazing, but it tasted awful.
Yeah, you don't.
But you don't often hear, oh, the cake tasted great, but it looked awful. You don't often hear the other way around.
Yeah.
And I can't say I've had much feedback.
That's probably because it's
feedback,
usually
but
cut up, like by the time people get to
Yeah.
it anyway, so you just see what it looks like.
That's true, yeah. But yeah, I guess to be a professional cake maker, you have to be able to do both. But yeah, I was just intrigued because, yeah, when you first kind of start out, it must be hard to kind of.
I mean, if you look back on some of like the first cakes I ever did, you'd be like, oh my god, what is that?
Only you would do that though, because I think you do about your own work in general, right? Like,
how long did it take you to get to a point where you perfected your standard cake recipe, and how long has it been kind of at that recipe now that you used your final
don't
product?
think I've changed that recipe for at least 6-7 years.
Really?
It's just a standard recipe.
I'm
not revealing anything.
No.
It's a standard recipe, and then everything else flavour-wise comes alongside it.
Right.
And then
so you've got like your secret sauce, your secret recipe, and then everything else gets added. You said that in a very odd voice, right in my ear.
Secret
sauce. Right, Michelle. Are you flirting with me?
Yeah, so everything starts with the base, and then the flavours come alongside it. So if there was like new flavours I want to try, if it doesn't work with the base, then bye.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the process for couples. So if you're looking for your wedding cake, how far in advance do you, like, what's your process for booking you, or booking anything, like what's the time frame on it, how you work? I know everyone works a bit differently, like with regards to deposit. Do you do cake testing, when all that kind of the time frame for stuff?
So I always say if you're looking at like a summer wedding, to book at least a year out.
Really? I wouldn't have thought,
I mean, I can really do maximum of 2 wedding cakes a week. Anything more than that is stress for me. And the last thing,
I think people forget how long it takes.
Yeah,
right?
It's not just like boom, done in a day.
Yeah.
It is like a 2 or 3, even 4 day process depending on what kind of cake you're looking for. Like, it really depends. I always say send inspiration. I mean, it doesn't have to be to me. You can book your cake with anyone. I'm not precious, but send inspiration to your cake maker of
for the look
of work they have done.
Yeah.
Like, you might see something on Pinterest and be like, is this possible? But then send it to a cake maker whose style is completely different.
Yeah.
Doesn't work that way. Doesn't create 8-inch tall cakes. Like, there's so many different factors. You want to pick a cake maker that works with what you want. Like, you wouldn't go to a shoe shop asking for a pair of trainers and they only sell heels.
Yeah. What you're saying is, if you, like, for example, if you wanted to book Amber, go on Amber's Instagram or website and look at what she bakes and get your inspiration from her.
I mean, I say that, but like, I will not duplicate a cake. Every couple is completely different, and every cake should be completely different. Even if it's a case of changing colours of ribbons and moving flower placements or using a different stand, like, every cake, I believe, should be completely different depending on the couple. Obviously, flavours change and things like that, but each cake is so individual. So once we've kind of got a rough idea, we can book it in with a deposit. I take quite a small deposit in terms of what some people do. Some people take payment up front.
But that saves the date, right? Like, the pay the deposit will save your wedding date. So until that's done, your date is not fulfilled.
Especially in the summer months.
Yeah, sure.
And then I can invite you for a cake tasting. I only do these for couples that are booked in. I've had it before where I've done a full consultation and a cake tasting, 2 hours spent in a room chatting about cake for them to ghost me afterwards.
Right. So you do cake, but how far before the wedding do you do the cake tasting, roughly?
I mean, it really varies. I only do cake tastings 2 or 3 times a year.
Okay.
Usually in March and then September, November time. Sometimes in January as well if there's the need for it.
Yeah.
Just to kind of.
But you probably do it a few months before the wedding.
Yeah, I always say book it at least 6 months before. Don't go
Yeah.
like over a year ahead, because otherwise you can change your mind and it's almost pointless having that consultation so close. But within the cake tasting consultation, we'll design your cake, like digitally sketch
I love
it.
this. Amber digitally sketches your cake, guys. So, I love seeing them on your social media about how you do that. It's just a lovely keepsake for people, right? Like,
Yeah, so I always say you could get it printed. We can do it with your
Yeah.
flavours on. You can have it as a picture next to your cake.
Yeah.
You can have it as a keepsake. It's great as well with the design process that I can put things together, and if you're like, oh, can we change the colour ribbon? I don't have to stand there and rub things out and then redraw things. It's just a case of changing colours. And
It always
makes the
reminds
process so much
me
easier.
of, on the Great British Bake Off,
Yes.
where they plan out what they're going to do, and then the little digital design pops up, doesn't it? Labelling all the flavours and stuff. It always reminds me of that.
Like
It's very cute.
Yeah. So you have your taster, and then how long before the wedding do they have to confirm their flavours?
So I always say not long after a tasting, mainly to keep it kind of fresh in your mind. The last thing you want to do is have a tasting in March and then they get to your wedding in July and be like, oh my god, we still not picked our flavours, we can't really remember what was our favourites. If you pick it soon after your tasting, then it's still fresh in your mind and you've got that set. So just, not leaving it too close to the wedding day.
Is there anything or any tips that you've got for people, maybe if they're on a budget? Is there any tips you've got for like what can help them, or is there anything that would make a cake more expensive, like just to think about for budgeting, or is it kind of a generalised?
I mean, it's really
much,
popular at the moment to have like a single tier cake and then cupcakes, because obviously with that you can have 12 cupcakes or you could have hundreds of cupcakes. And often that is a good way to kind of get within a specific budget, because it could be slightly cheaper to have that. Obviously things like sugar paste cakes are more expensive than buttercream cakes.
I love buttercream.
It takes me twice as long to do a sugar paste cake than it does a buttercream cake because of all the layers. With the buttercream cake, obviously you have the sponge and then you have the buttercream external. That's literally it. Whereas it comes to sugar paste cakes, I do the filling and then you have like a white chocolate ganache layer, and then you have the sugar paste on top, plus any decor and things like that. So it takes a lot longer.
Oh, another good thing, I guess, is like the cakes where people have like flowers on their cakes. Go on, give you a tip, because I didn't know this until you said it before. You said about the type of flowers. So flowers, like, you can put the wedding flowers on the cake, right?
Yeah, so I always say it depends on what flowers you're having. If you're having things like gypsophilia, like baby's breath, I won't put it anywhere near a cake.
It's
toxic. That. People don't realise it's toxic.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my god, it looks beautiful. I mean, in my opinion, it smells awful.
Yeah, and they do stink,
It absolutely stinks. As soon as it starts drying out, it absolutely stinks. And it's really toxic, and you shouldn't have it anywhere near food stuff. But there's really good alternatives. Like you can buy fake gypsophilia from places like Dunelm, for example. They have like a bouquet that you can buy.
Oh, I see,
and if you mix that with like fresh roses, then you get you can still get the effect of having it without it being toxic. But I always say, if you've got a florist that's providing flowers for your wedding, ask for the flowers for the cake from your florist. I mean, I can always source flowers, but if you can book them through your florist, then it all ties in and everything matches.
And I guess then try and get the florist to speak with you, or find out the name of what flowers, because the florist might not know what's toxic with it.
Yeah, I always ask when it comes to consultations what kind of flowers you're thinking of having anyway. Like, if you're having like white roses, then that's fine, absolutely fine. With a bit of greenery, it works perfectly. But yeah, if you're having things like gypsophilia, then it's a big fat no for
I've got a question. What do you think? Because I personally, I really don't like this. But when like couples smash the cake into each other's faces, what do you think? What's your opinion on that?
I know exactly what I was going to say. She loves it. No, she's going to say like,
what a waste.
It's so dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
Health and
Because of those
safety.
plastic. Tell the secrets. Yeah, so inside a cake to keep it.
Yeah, so
people
always think, when it comes to fruitcake, people always think, oh, if you want fruitcake, it has to be on the bottom because it's the heaviest. It makes no difference.
Right.
Each cake has like supports, like they call them dowels, which are basically thick plastic straws that hold up the next tier, and then it obviously stacks up. So when you say about people smashing their faces into things, Like, it's so dangerous.
You're thinking, oh, the doll.
You'll get a dowel to the eye.
Yeah, you literally could have a skewer in your eye. Like, you don't know if the flowers have been wired with anything. Like, it's so dangerous. Like, if you want to cut a piece and then smush it in your partner's face, crack on, babe. Crack on.
I'm not being funny, but from a hair and makeup artist, if anyone dare touch my makeup like that, I tell you, I'd be like, right, what is it when you get annulled? Annulled. Literally.
Straight after, next
marriage
day.
annulled. You're dead to me.
You're just so boring. I'm like, yeah, I'm eyeballing his face.
Oh, I bet. Oh, you
Like,
would do that.
Stop it
Definitely.
in.
I mean,
No.
usually cake's cut at the end of the day. You're looking at like 7, 8 o'clock. So
I'd still be fuming. You disrespectful fool. Who do you think you are?
but I do like it when couples
Brushing
cut
the
it
hair.
and then,
Stop it.
or like when you link arms and then you feed it to each other.
That's cute.
No, it's not. That's so awkward. Like, have you actually tried? How long you brush your arm beads? Like, lick it round and then put it back in your mouth. And like,
You're like, just give me the cake.
just give me a fork.
I don't want to do a dance before we get to the cake. Just put it in my mouth.
But that is one thing that I think we spoke about last series. Like, people aren't doing money cake cuttings anymore. And it makes me really sad because they're the nicest
You want a
pictures.
moment for your cake.
Yeah, you have
Everyone's
money for your
looking at it.
cake. Like,
Yeah.
stand in front of it, cut it. It's
Do
traditional.
a dance around it.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Make a big song
I like the
dance.
ones that have it hanging from the seat, like a
Yeah.
hanging thing. Yeah.
Hanging from the ceiling.
Well, it's like hanging, yeah, and it's like in the middle of the dance floor. Or something.
That's
so it's like
wild.
floating. It looks like it's floating.
I've
Yeah.
never seen. I need to do my research because I've never
You know-
seen that. But that
right,
sounds
so you
so
wanna pick-
dramatic.
Picture
Yeah.
an egg chair.
Do you know what I do picture? You know, like in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, where their food comes down in a basket. That's what I'm picturing, but cake.
No, different vibe. Picture like an egg chair, but
Yeah.
without the actual chair, and picture a cake where the seat is.
Sounds ridiculous.
It is.
That is so-
I've ever heard.
That it sounds that all I can imagine is that I'm
If
a
anyone wants to book
celebrity
one, I'm game.
Yeah.
from the ceiling as well. So where
Yeah.
I don't get it. I can't picture it. If anyone has an example of this,
I will show you.
or
some,
you've
Becca.
seen some on TikTok, please tag me because I'm
Hanging
intrigued
cakes.
now. I'm confused.
Hanging cakes is where it's at.
Yeah, I'll find something.
Wow,
That's
who
all
knew all
Yeah, no.
these ideas?
But I think there's so much you can do with cake nowadays that before you couldn't. And I think there's so many misconceptions with things about cakes. Like, there's been times where, like, parents of the couples have tried to book in the cakes and said, oh, we want to have it square because it's easier to cut. No, it's not. And you're, at the end of the day, you're not cutting it. The kitchen, your caterers will be cutting
Wow,
it.
yeah, that's a bit silly, isn't it?
Like, don't just go for the square cake because you want the convenience of how it's cut when the chances are you're not cutting it anyway.
matter. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, good point.
I've got a voice note from a bride who's getting married. So good job I'm bringing the
Yes, very well prepared, Michelle.
Could you give me a start?
Go on.
So yeah, I got a question from a bride about a cake. So let you play it on here. Ready?
Hi, I'm Nikki, and I'm getting married later this year. We want to save the top tier of our cake for our anniversary, and we was just wondering how we should store it, and is there a flavour which will last or freeze the best over the year? Thanks.
Ooh.
That's such a good question. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it
such
is.
a nice thing actually. That
Yeah.
freezing a bit
I
of cake.
always say if you have leftover cake, freeze it. I usually say no more than 6 months, from a kind of food hygiene perspective. But it's completely up to you how long you want to freeze it for.
But again,
Yeah.
like something like literally like just do after your honeymoon and come back and be like, oh,
Yeah.
actually,
I've had couples take cake away on their honeymoon with them.
yeah,
why
that's
not?
so nice.
But it also depends. Like she's like Nikki's asked about flavors, but like it shouldn't matter too much. If anything, flavors intensify once you freeze them. So if you went for something like a lemon, the chances are it's going to come out being a little
Extra
bit more.
lemony.
I don't freeze any of my cakes in the baking process, so couples can always refreeze them. If you want to keep the whole cake, the only thing is when you take that whole tier out, you have to eat the whole tier once it's defrosted. You can't.
Oh, so you probably want
Oh,
to
yeah,
portion it up.
You can't frost.
Yeah, I always
see.
say
Yeah, yeah,
portion it up. The same with any cakes, even cupcakes. Pop them in like a little Ziploc bag and then in
Yeah.
the freezer, or cling film and then foil.
Oh, you've literally got access to cake whenever you want it. That's
Yeah.
great, though, isn't it?
And if you portion it up, you don't have to pull it out, cut it, and then defrost
I'd be
it. You
having
can just pull it
afternoon
out.
tea
defrost
every
it.
Sunday afternoon.
Yeah,
I would.
sure.
I'd be like, oh, let's get a bit of cake out the freezer.
So right. So answer to Nikki's question: is there a flavour that freezes the best?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, it's completely up to them what cake they
Yeah.
want to last. If they
So
want,
no.
if they've got 3 different flavors and want to freeze a bit of each, then crack on.
And how to freeze?
So if you're freezing a whole tier, or I mean even a slice, cling film it first, and then foil to protect from any freezer burn. Or if you've got like Ziploc bags, they're probably best because it's just all in one then and they're nice and secure.
That's it. Easy.
It's really,
Perfect.
really simple and easy.
I think it's such a lovely thing to have a bit of cake, like for just the two of you at another point.
Yeah, I
Sweet,
think it is.
isn't it?
It's like, have you seen those things where couples get like a box of wine and then the first argument they have, they open the bottle of wine?
Oh,
What?
Yeah, if you have an argument, then you open the bottle of wine, then it reminds you why you're married.
Oh,
But
really?
you can do it the same with a bit of cake.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
And
I think I've been doing that for 10 years without realising.
There's that about letters as well, isn't there? Like you write a letter to your partner and then it's not to be opened until you have your first argument.
Or like anniversary dates. So you have, I think I've seen it before again with wine, of course with wine.
Yeah.
Where like you have one for your first anniversary and then your second anniversary. And
Nice.
Oh, that's cute.
I think we'd get through it within like what? The first 6 months. 1 month, 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
cute. All right. Well, thanks, Amber.
Yeah, love that.
If you've got any questions about cake, obviously Amber is our go-to expert, and Amber can be found on Instagram at Amber's Bakes and Cakes.
Yep.
So yeah, you can drop her a message personally, or you can give her a follow as well, just for some cake inspo. And also don't forget that we're on Instagram too, _wedding winers. So it's _WEDDINGWINERS, and we'd love to know your thoughts. And tell me what's your favourite flavours of cakes as well. That's really interesting. So
See if there's any flavours that I don't have that I could potentially add.
Oh,
Update the list. I've not updated the list in a while, so maybe some ideas.
got any ideas?
Give us some suggestions.
We'll swap some inspo.
Yeah. Until next week, we'll see you then. Bye.
Cheers,
Thanks.
guys.